Hello, fourth grade social studies students. This Friday, we are going to have a review, a Google form quiz about everything that we've been studying and reading and reviewing on Quizlet for geography. So with that being said, some of these slides might look familiar because they've been pulled from all of your other slideshows. And at the end, there is a Quizlet link with all of the flashcards. So now, a really great study habit to get into is every single day you should be reviewing. So if it's on the agenda, you should be practicing. If you run out of time during 8:30 to 12:20, in the afternoon is time when you should be reviewing every day. You can play all of the games on Quizlet, gravity, spelling, you type in the word. There's something like a Space Invaders game, and then there's a matching game where you play against yourself. You should be looking at the images that go along with the words. That will help you get an image in your head of what the words are and what they mean. So let's get started. And we are looking at the Earth. So I am reading at the top of the page, looking at Earth. A distant view from space shows Earth's round shape. You probably have a globe in your classroom. Like Earth, a globe has the shape of a sphere or a ball. It is a model of Earth. It shows Earth's major bodies of water and its continents. Continents are the largest land masses. Earth's 7 continents from the largest to the smallest are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. And I want you to please notice that each of those words is a proper noun because it's a specific place, and they have capital letters. They are always capital. Because of its shape, you can see only one half of Earth at a time when you look at a globe. Halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole on a globe is a line called the equator. So just as a review, continents are the largest land masses. There are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. And as a reminder, the equator is an imaginary line halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole on a globe, and you'll see it right in the middle here. So we're continuing to look at the Earth, and up at the top it says the equator divides Earth into 2 equal halves, or hemispheres. So now a little study skill I have is halves on the Earth, hemispheres. Halves, hemispheres. They both start with H. The northern hemisphere is north of the equator, and the southern hemisphere is south of it. Another line on the globe is called the prime meridian. It is often used to divide Earth into the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. So hemisphere, 2 equal halves. Prime meridian is an imaginary line on the globe which divides the Earth into the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Now we're talking about reading maps. Maps give important information about the world around you. A map is a drawing that shows all or part of the Earth on a flat surface. To help you read maps, map makers add certain features to their maps. These features often include a title, a map key, a compass rose, a locator, and a map scale. Map makers sometimes need to show certain places on a map in greater detail. Sometimes they must also show places that are located beyond the area shown on the map. So I'm looking on the left-hand side, and I'm also noticing that when a word or words are in bold and highlighted yellow, they're probably very important. A map title tells the subject of the map. And here's the map title. So this is a map of the United States. A political map shows cities, states, and countries. A physical map shows kinds of land and bodies of water. A historical map shows parts of the world as they were in the past. And in the word historical, I hear the word history. Down here, we have a map key or a legend explains the symbols used on a map. Symbols may be colors, patterns, lines, or other special marks. And I'm noticing here a little star on this particular map means it's the state capital. And last but not least, we have an inset map. Inset, inside. That's how I remember that one. An inset map is a smaller map within a larger one. So find Alaska and Hawaii on the map of the United States on pages R8 and R9. So I just go right back here. We have Hawaii, we have Alaska. The map there shows the location of those two states in relation to the location of the rest of the country. And they wanted us to also find Alaska and Hawaii on the map below. To show this much detail for these states and the rest of the country, the map would have to be much larger. Instead, Alaska and Hawaii are each shown in a separate inset map or a small map within a larger map. So here we have a locator, and you're going to notice here's a map of the globe. And what they did was they highlighted in red where the United States is located. So, oh look, where it's located, where it can be found. This is a locator. A locator is a small map or globe that shows where the place on the main map is located within a larger area. A map scale, you'll notice this little line pointing to here, or a distance scale compares a distance on the map to a distance in the real world. It helps you find the real distance between places on a map. Down here, a compass rose or a direction marker shows directions. The cardinal directions are north, south, east, and west. The intermediate directions or directions between the cardinal directions are northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. So this is a map of the United States. And this particular map shows the regions of the United States. So I'm looking at this purple region. This region or part of the United States is known as the West, the Western region. And you'll notice that the Rocky Mountains are right here. This is also the Pacific Ocean. I'm looking at the middle of the map where it's orange, and the middle of the map is the Midwestern region. Makes sense, right? It's in the middle. Then I'm looking over here to the pink section, and this is where we live in New Jersey. This is the Northeast region. The Northeast region. So now I'm looking down at this dark orange here where the Appalachian Mountains are and the Atlantic Ocean. And notice that the Appalachian Mountains are on the same side of the coast as the Atlantic Ocean. They both start with an A. This here is known as the Southeastern region. Here's Northeast, here's Southeast. Notice North, South, and they're on the eastern side of the country. So Northeast, Southeast. Here, this green section is the Southwestern region. The Southwestern region, because this is the southern half of the country. Southwest, Southeast. So the 5 regions are the Northeast, the Southeast, the Midwest, the West, and the Southwest. Be sure you can locate these 5 regions on a map. So once again, the region we live in, the pink region, is known as the Northeast region. This dark orange, where the Appalachian Mountains are near the Atlantic Ocean, is the Southeast region. This lighter orange in the middle of the country is known as the Midwest region. Then we have this area where the Rocky Mountains are located, where California is, the Pacific Ocean. This is the West region. And then down below here, because this is in the southern part of the United States, this is the Southwest region, the dark green area. So be sure that you can identify these regions on a map for Friday. Last but not least, click on the link to practice and review the terms for Friday's quiz. Good luck, everyone.